So before I started Breed, I used to go around the country watching pro wrestling, and there would be usually me and my mate Davey would drive around, and we got talking to these two guys, and these two guys are people I've known for a while and I've got a lot of time for, and they've got their own podcast called Graps and Claps, which is, in a nutshell, it's they'll go to a show, and then they'll get hammered, and then they'll talk about the show.
It's carrying on, man.
So download and subscribe to Graps and Claps, and they're going to be interviewing the Breed Pro champion, Big Guns Joe.
I'll prop it up with my Styroprime glass. There you go. Easy does it. I might take it away though in a minute. That's fine.
Before we get into talking to Big Joe, Fingered in Calais, Jeff, have you seen that movie?
Well, funnily enough, doing my research, no, but everybody's heard about Excalibur and Jimmy Havoc having a bit of a ruck at AEW. So I thought I'd put in Google, Masked Man jokes out goth, and it brought some really interesting results. Nothing to do with wrestling, funnily enough.
Well, whatever you're into, Jeff. Lexi Bell wasn't in it, though, was she?
No, she were in a three-way dance with two guys, but never mind.
So, yeah, we're Graps and Claps Audio. That's our Jeff, I'm Andrew. Yeah, you might know us around the scene. Yeah, we do all the clapping, the chanting, all the songs. Yeah, Brady Phillips has got quite a few songs. Yeah. So has Ivy. And so is our guest today. Hello, Mr. Big Guns Joe.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, not too bad. How's yourself?
I'm alright, yeah, not too bad. I crashed my car the other day. Yeah, right, you two were the other day. It wasn't my fault, though, funnily enough. Yeah? I'm very sure, yeah. We had, at the past thing we had when I was with Chris Raven and everything, we had, we're talking about my really bad driving. But I was doing BWR, travelled to pick up Gabby, 2.5 hours to Newcastle. This is because I got told to, and I obviously petrol and whatever and all. And then 2 3/4 back down to Grimsby. 3 minutes to the venue I was, and some bloody woman, bloody woman decides from a Bay Park, decides not even to bloody indicate to come out. I go into the side of her. It's written off. It's written off.
Written off?
Yes, my car has been written off, so I'm waiting for a hire car. Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Jacob North, who's at the back, so a round of applause for Jacob North. Woo! My saving grace. Mwah. Anyway, but yeah, other than that, sound. Still wrestled on that. It was a good match. Team with Robbie X. Hell of an athlete.
He's a good wrestler.
He's bloody good, yeah, he's all right.
You took the words right out of my mouth because I was going to ask you about the car.
Yeah, it's buggered, man.
It's
on my
buggered.
drive. Yeah, it took us I got back home at 4:30 in the end because I had 2 pickup trucks to relay my car.
Right.
One at Doncaster Services and then the AA back. So get AA cover if you need it. Really beneficial. But yeah, so just waiting on a hire car now.
Yeah.
And the cheek, right, here we go. Sorry, the cheek. The bloody woman said, she messaged me, yeah? And what? It doesn't matter, it's just the fact that it's her. Sorry, Ojemo. Yeah, well, you take it as it is, bro. Don't worry about it, right? Anyway, yeah? She messages me saying, please contact me. I did. And she didn't pick up. So, whatever. Just go through it.
It's 3 rings, Joe, innit? Like the old Peter Kay thing. If you don't, it's 3 rings, you pick up. If it's not,
there you go. Easy does it. But yeah, so carry on, sorry.
Yeah, so your car's fucked.
It is.
Basically.
Goosed.
Quick one before we get into
Sure.
We're going to go into the history of Big Joe in Breed.
Oh.
But I just want to ask you a question. So, I think we seen you in your first ever match at GPW.
Oh, God, here we go. Go on.
It was you and the bad lads of Drill and Mickey Barnes. Mickey Barnes with his blouse on.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
It was like a 6-man tag. But you was like the mystery person.
I was, yeah.
So just give a bit of backstory. The bad lad said, we've got the biggest lad on like the street. You want to see the size of him. He's so huge. And that got us thinking like, Big T's in the audience. It's got to be him. It's got to be him. It's certain to be Big T. And then How pops big guns, Joe?
Well, they weren't lying, were they?
It wasn't.
They weren't
no.
lying, were they? No. No. There we go. So
It's perception, mate. That's what it is.
it's the truth. All right? It's the truth. And that's how it's going to stay.
So yeah, when you come out straight away, like us lot in the crowd and Tom Slade as well, yeah, who was a regular at GPW at the time, we're just like, what the fucking hell's that?
The most serious athlete you've ever seen. That's what it is. That was me. Yes. In my bright yellow singlet. Why yellow? Jacob North. Why was it yellow? Why did you let me do that? Oh, thanks, bro. But yeah, no, like that in itself was like, because I tried to be a high flyer for when I first started training. And was I a good high flyer, Jacob North? No, I wasn't a good high flyer. So it was just for me to be Big Joe in the end. The whole like kind of progression of it through training, and from that was, I think it was a perfect start for me, because it was obviously like, there's what I am from the get-go. So
Did you start at GPW?
I started training there, at Grand Pro. I trained there for about 2.5 years, and then started to bounce around different places as well, like Wrestle Pro, and I've like progressed on to like going to like NGW.
Yeah, we've seen you at Wrestle Pro a couple of times. Always one sticks out to me, the Matt Brooks match.
Oh, I've wrestled him too many times now. There's a thing with me and Matt Brooks is that we have to get the picture of him doing the Hogan point and me like, whoa, in like as many different promotions as we can. And we're about 7 or 8 now, so, yeah.
Is it becoming like the Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair sort of feud where you just follow each other around everywhere?
Well, I'd like that because I love wrestling him and it's just dead, loads of fun. And, you know, it's just such a laugh and he's a really good mate anyway. You know, he's got his own gym in his house. How snazzy is that? Yeah, it's quite a good gym as well. But, sorry, besides the point. But no, like that, again, he's like someone I've kind of grown in with in wrestling anyway. So it's been able to like go and wrestle so many different people, then having me able to like see where we've progressed with each other. And then when we wrestle another time, then another few months, another time, then, you know.
Is it soundproofing, just in case he lets out a and then it annoys the neighbours and things?
Yeah, well, he's got one of these. He's got one of these things. He sent me a Snapchat once of him doing that, and then putting it, like, covering his mouth, and you couldn't hear it, and then doing it again. But you know, he's got a piano in his house, and he likes to sing karaoke as well. So his neighbours are probably annoyed anyway. So
he's like a dog licking his own arse, then, isn't he? Really, let's be honest.
Sure.
Quick one. What's your favourite karaoke song then?
It's probably got to be like, if it's not the Grease Mega Mix, it's probably a High School Musical one or something like that. Whatever I'm thinking.
Oh,
feeling.
the soaring, flying.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
I think someone had that at Southside like months ago in Sheffield. I know you were singing along with it, Jeff.
Yeah, my missus' daughter just hammered it with High School Musical all the time. Yeah, so yeah, I know the words, but I'm not going to do them right now.
I know your favourite karaoke song, Jeff, is Why Does It Always Rain on Me by Travis.
I'm on antidepressants because of that.
Mitch, what have you put me on with here now? Where's this going to go? Sorry, boys.
We're a strange podcast, that's for certain. Mine's Let Me Entertain You by Robbie Williams.
Hell of a song.
It's never happened, has it?
I meant entertain no fucker.
Fair dues.
Sorry for any kids in the audience there. So let's get into the breed history of Big Joe. He started from the bottom, now he's here with the title. So it first started off in the walkabout on WrestleMania afternoon.
It did.
Against Fraser Thomas.
Oh, yeah, lovely man. I'm glad I've had 2 matches with Fraser Thomas. We both won 1 apiece, so, you know, never know in the future.
Rubber match.
I was, sorry?
A rubber match.
Yes.
You dressed in a gimp costume between
See,
you.
this is why I didn't want to say anything.
Christ, what sort of promotion's putting that on?
Oh, dear, Jeff. Dearie me.
What's going on?
Unfortunately, on this afternoon, you lost.
I did, yes,
Joe.
I did. Yeah. Don't know how it happened.
Well, you got pinned by 3.
Obviously. Jesus.
So your second and third matches, you face a couple of like the more like proper entertainers of Brit Rest, which was Sugar Dunkerton and also Gene Money.
Yeah, both amazing wrestlers, and both like with my character, it's very good to bounce off them as well. For example, like with Sugar, I wrestled him at Future Shock as well, and it's just the stuff we come up with in that. It's just I find it hilarious as well, and luckily like the audience do as well. So, but no, and again with Gene as well, like I've wrestled him a few times now, but it's good to see where. Even from like a comedy element and like actual like a serious element, it's good to see where we can both go, because when I first started, especially with Breed and most everywhere, like yes, I am a comedy wrestler, but I'm glad that I've had the opportunities elsewhere and mainly at Breed as well to like kind of accentuate the different parts of my wrestling. So like being more serious and having like the underdog story as well, rather than just being a full-on comedy character, which I do thoroughly enjoy as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, is it a fine line between doing the two as well? Like obviously. You seem to get pigeonholed as one, and then obviously you broke out and obviously ended up with a title as a serious wrestler as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like, it's mind-boggling that a company wanted to put that faith in me to, you know, carry the title, their main title. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy comedy wrestling and I love it, and I wouldn't change it for the world, and I'd like to keep doing it regardless. Like I'm wrestling Joey Ryan in December for IPW, and I'd love to see where that goes, you know.
Better get a cup on your dick then, haven't you?
Yeah, something like Diver's boots, I think, so he can't fucking flip you know what I mean?
Well, I'm too inch for him anyway, so, you know, I'd like to see him try to flip me with his, you know, thing. But yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, it's good to have been able to still do that and still show that, like, that's one of my main ports of call, but at the same time, you know, I can have the matches where, you know, it's trying to be match of the night, or you know, having those matches that are non-stop and the fast-paced, hard-hitting, you know, all of that type of thing, just to show that, hey, I can do this, you know, I'm not just someone that you can laugh at and be
it's
easily.
different facets to your game, isn't it? Obviously, you can be sort of an everyman, just like, not just the comedy guy, you can be the serious guy, etc., etc.
Yeah, and that's what you need as a professional wrestler anyway, in anything, because you never know who's going to crop up and who's going to want certain things from you, and you want to be able to be like, yes, I can do all this, and, you know, be ready for anything, so...
I mean, from more the comedy side, I know in like Future Short Wrestling, we've seen the Big Joe's like Little Man Challenge, and you got beat off Matt Taylor Richards off on one of them, but then it's like built where you lost, and then it built up to the when Crater come out of all people,
big boy,
absolute big boy. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, I did do a little poo, if I'm honest, but. No, but I mean, that itself, like, the story of it building up, like, you know, with, obviously, I've had, within the Little Man
Zach
Challenge.
Gibson
Yeah, as I was going to say,
wasn't it?
the Little Man Challenge itself, I've got to wrestle, like, Zach Gibson as well, and that's a match that I never thought I would have had for a long time, let alone, like, when I first started on Future
And that
Shock.
was a more serious match as well, weren't it?
Yeah, definitely, and I
On
mean...
the comedy side of things.
Yeah, no, definitely, and it was the first time where the audience were actually, like, starting to get behind me, like, and they were, you know... I got a bit cocky on the mic with him, but, you know, I tried my best. I got a few press-ups in to, you know, keep myself going. But, again, I got a top rope. I was like, this is it. No, yeah, I was too cocky, and then it got the better of me. But that's a lesson learned, and I can carry on, you know. And even when it got to Crater, that's what happened again. Yeah. You know, I slammed him. Oh, yeah, I did.
We were sat next to one of your wrestling dads, Matt Taylor Richards.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, he was like the Jamie Carragher, Thierry Henry moment where he just like, he's fucking slammed him, hasn't he? he was losing his shit.
He did, and I saw him, and he was like nodding at me like, yes, well done, son.
Well done, pig. Well done.
Exactly. I'm finally proud of you. You're not a failure anymore. But yeah, but then, you know, and that's putting stock in and having faith from them as well, which has been mind-blowing, you know, for over the past, especially this year, like the people that have been like, no, Joe's this, he's great, you know, he's good, he can do this, you know, use him, and the amount of promotions that I thought that maybe, you know, maybe in a year's time, maybe if I keep going, that have just been like, no, we want to use you. It's been like, all right then.
Yeah, it's sort of like they've gone from and ahhing about giving you a chance to like fully be on board and
definitely
go run with it sort of thing. Yeah,
definitely. And there's things in the future that I've got, like, you know, that are potentials that I didn't think were going to be at the start of the year. So, you know, I debuted for OTT like last month, and that was something that I never thought I'd be able, you know, I'd do for a long time, you know. And that was itself just going over there and just being around everyone on the Irish scene as well. I was just like, wow, this is this is the start of something, you know, and who knows, I might be able to go back there at some point. I'm going back to Ireland for a few different places anyway, but I'm sure that's kind of bounced off from what I've done there.
Yeah,
so.
it's in one thing, and it's just like snowballed over.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So, just what's next? I'm constantly like, yep, let's do it. Let's keep going, like, to different shows. Let's try and do the best. Try and be the best match on the card. Try and give everything. So I'm not someone just to be looked over anymore.
Yeah.
So on that point, we've also seen you like we've seen you do like ring crew at Progress. I think when Jim Smallman were doing like his speech, and like we sort of spotted you and kind of like Joe,
and he engaged, he acknowledged that.
Yeah.
But it's not just a thing anymore. I'm aware of different people talking about different things. You never know what might happen over the next year or two. I might be
But is there a time and a place where, like, obviously you're doing a job where you're not wrestling and you don't want to be seen in that sort of way, even though it's nice for people to chant for your name, sort of thing?
Yeah, of course, but at the end of the day, you're there to show that you're ready to work hard.
You're willing to do any job
yeah,
that they put forward.
Well, it's not even that. It's just, you want to go to places to meet other people. Like, I've met a lot of, like, say, the London lot, like OJMO and that, that's only through going to different places and meeting them,
Yeah.
I'm not just based myself in the Northwest.
It's like networking sort of thing.
That's exactly what it is, and, it's needed in this, not only to, create working relationships with people, but just to make, friends along the way as well. Every time I go to a promotion, there's bound to be someone there that I know and I've got along with for a long time. Yeah. So, it's nice to have that as well as, making new.
It's nice to see a friendly face.
Well.
It's probably like when, obviously, like travelling fans like we are as well, where we go here, there and everywhere, to see a friendly face to go to a promotion where we've never been before as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Similar thing.
Yeah.
And also a quick one on like Tuesday night Graps, Schadenfreude Graps. Yeah. We've seen you on, I think it was Tuesday night, put up the Hell in a Cellophane cling film.
That was something. It really was something. But then again with them, like, I always seem to end up doing something, and then like, say, Chris Brooks has said a lot of nice things about me on Twitter, and then people, that one stage put, and it got a lot of traction, and a lot of people were like, yeah, no, he is, and it was a nice moment. Like, well, what I am doing is appreciated, But the amount of stuff that happens on those shows anyway, even if you're not actually wrestling on them, you end up getting involved anyway. Yeah,
absolutely mad.
But it's one of them things where we're just waiting. We're waiting for you.
When the time happens, boys, we'll all be there, and we'll enjoy it together.
So we'll like if you come out on one of them shows, or like like Progress put on the pre-show match.
For sure.
Oh God, we're gonna lose our shit.
Well, thank you very much. But there's a time and place for everything. I'm not one of those who's like, oh, why isn't it my time? Why?
Yeah, you're not pushing the issue.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, when it happens, if it happens, it'll happen. Everything happens for a reason. In everything, I believe that in life and in general, and especially it works for in wrestling. Just got to keep going, and whatever happens, more opportunities will turn up, and when it happens, we'll rejoice together.
But you work hard enough for it.
Thank you very much. I mean, it's nice to. I mean, I'm not trying to be like, oh, look at me, look how hard I work. I'm just there to just do what I can and just try and make an impression. But at the end of the day, that's half the job anyway with wrestling. It's half of it. Being on the show and doing a good job. But you need to do that anyway. And it's good to know that not only like you guys, but other wrestlers, promoters and that understand that and appreciate that.
Yeah, it's getting your foot in the door, even though you're not doing anything, just to show that you're willing to turn up, even though you're doing it out of your own pocket and off your own back as well.
Well, it's with anything like.
That's how it is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like OJMO, I was like, I've come from an acting background, and that was the same thing as well. Just trying to help out as much as you can in different places. Just trying to get to know different, companies, directors, etc., and things like that. But again, with anything, you can put that kind of, if you put that consensus and that kind of structure of the way you are in anything, I mean, surely, that's how you would progress in life anyway. Yes. Wow, this got deep really quick.
It's like your work ethic, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, yeah.
Yeah, and it's showing your willingness to do it.
Well, thank you very much.
No problem.
So back on the journey with Joe, with Breed. We had the Hybrid show where you tagged with Aiden. You were like a life-size Captain Cuddles, weren't you? You were against the Modern Height team. Well, you asked many partners out.
I did.
And they rejected you. It's like most of my dates, they reject me. So go on, Joe. Aiden.
Well, he's just a pain in the arse, isn't he, really? But, no, again, I've wanted to wrestle more than hype for a long time, and I finally got the opportunity in the first ever no ropes hybrid, tag team match. It was something for the ages, believe me. But yeah, he didn't just. He wasn't what I wanted him to be. He was too busy trying to be, a funny guy. But he's a bit of a dick, so that happened. But again, that was something that I'd never done before, and that got me, a working relationship with the Irish guys, and they're lifelong friends now. So But yeah, no, that match itself was the start of something for the evening, as you were going to.
Yeah. You actually beat Aiden to mount your first win.
I did! I beat him! I bloody beat him! The stupid Irish idiot with the stupid singlet and the bloody paddles that left a bruise for a long time!
Did you touch a nerve, Andrew, I think?
Yes.
I'll be honest. Yeah. Crikey.
Yes, Big Joe won that evening.
Yes, I did.
But it all came crashing down in the next show where he went in a match with Big versus Massive Ian Simmons.
Still have nightmares about this match. He was a big boy, wasn't he?
He is, yes. Big and bald. He used to have hair.
He did, and he used to do that kind of like...
The
entrance.
that went on for hours.
Oh, did it?
Hours.
I always remember first seeing Ian Simmons at PCW, of all places. When he come out, he were doing all the like dancing to the rock music, like you had like 300-400 people in there, like, what the fucking hell's this fella? And then when it got onto the third show, it's like everyone's air guitaring and everything.
Catches on.
And now he's doing some like.
He was the WXW champion at the time.
Was,
as well,
yeah.
And he's gyrating with his belt and all, and just taking his time. Well, literally taking his time. Fucking hell. I think we had to order an hotel by the time we finished. But
I wouldn't talk too much, like lads. He would batter you, so be careful what you say.
Well, he's in Germany. Don't worry about it. We'll be gone by then.
Well, but now he comes out to some like Nordic like hall music, like.
It's still quite scary though. You seen the guy when he made his entrance? I thought, oh, this will be fine. He got in the ring. I was like, oh shit, here we go. Then when he started to throw me around, I didn't know where I was. I only know where I was. I found out when I hit the floor, But no, that was it was a great match to be in because again, like. It's good to have my character traits and be able to use them in a match with a guy like Ian Simmons. And I'd never wrestled someone from like WXW and from Austria or whatever and all that stuff. So it was great to be in that. So I appreciated the match and, it set me up for bigger and better things.
Are you saying you've had bigger and better things than Ian Simmons? Threatening him coming over?
No, not at all. No,
come
come on, man. Don't do this to me.
I'm just playing devil's advocate there,
No, I meant as in like this.
Oh,
there we go.
Thing, there we go.
Trying to get me bad.
Well, we got into bigger and better things where Joel got kicked to death by Mr. Chris Ridgway, good friend of yours.
Yeah, he says that.
He says that.
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant. It was very nice of him to say that he wanted his first singles match back to be against me, because he did his first excursion in Japan. And it happened, and I still have PTSD from it, believe me, boys. But again, it was a good thing to kind of be in there and show that, because we wrestled at Southside in earlier in the year, and it was good to see where we both progressed, and been able to hang in with him and stuff. And a lot of fans said a lot of nice things afterwards,
Yeah, it's one of the things, I think when Ridgway went away and then he come back and you can see how he progressed. Obviously, a bit more of a killer instinct as well.
They must do kicking classes for about 8 hours over there. My God. He's lethal.
You, doesn't he? Yeah.
But I mean, again, he was great to work with. He's been a friend for a long time, so it was a very humbling and nice thing for him to want to do that. So, but yeah, no, they hurt, and they hurt still, and I cry a lot at night because.
You got the marks to show as well.
Yeah. Can we move on, please?
Yes. Giving Joe haunting flashbacks there. After this, your younger brother, Joel Cena. Joel Cena, Joel Cena.
Never heard. You mean John Cena? Yeah, John Cena. Yeah, but I've never heard of this guy you're talking about. I mean, I kind of spaced out for a day. It was weird.
Yeah.
And I woke up back at.
Someone who looked like you fancied Martina.
Well, she's a lovely lady. She's a very lovely lady. But no, I tried my best. I tried to play her own game because she wouldn't shut up about John Cena following her. We get it, Martina. We get it. It's happened now. Let's just move on. But yeah, I tried my best, and she did a weird move on me where I ended up on my head, and I was like, oh, we're here now.
Well, can I ask a question? How weird was it to wrestle around a wet floor sign in the middle of the ring? It's because how she was gushing over John Cena. No,
cheers, guys.
Just literally.
Jesus.
You know what I mean?
It was a really fun match again because I wrestled in jorts. I actually wrestled in jorts. That was a first for me.
Well, there were long trousers for you, Joe. Let's be honest, but never mind.
Bloody hell, Jeff.
I thought we were bros, dude.
Whatever.
I'll just keep talking to you anyway. So what happened was it? But no, it was great to be able to work with her for the first time, and have that kind of style of match again. And it was before the match, watching John Cena's entrance was to make sure I got it proper and did it well was an experience for me, which I thought I'd never do. But I really thoroughly enjoyed the match. It was great how the costume came together because I didn't bring much. I got a few things from somebody. Actually, this gentleman at the front, I wore your hat, so thank you very much for that, sir. But I was like, wow, this has turned out very good. I actually look like John Cena. I'm bigger than him, obviously, though, right? Yeah. Hench.
Most definitely, yeah.
Thank you. Oh, so you
I'm back on side now. I'm back on side.
He's more face turners than the Big Show, hasn't he?
Fair enough.
So, after this, we got to the breeding ground tournament.
Yes.
Where you faced G Money in the first round. Now, I've got to say, Joe, I had my money on G Money here. Or my money on money, as he must say. Yeah.
Pathetic, innit? Jesus.
Even
but that match itself was good because me and Gene got to show that we're capable of not just being comedy wrestlers, and I believe we had a good match, a good show. We both tried to outdo each other, not just It started a bit comedy, but then we both knew we had a lot to on the line because obviously I'd not had the greatest past at Breed. So I wanted to prove myself to Breed, to the fans, to everyone in the back, that I could do something different, and I'm not someone just to be looked over.
Yeah.
And what happened?
You won.
I won! I bloody won! Yeah! Woo! Sorry. Yeah. And then, luckily enough, Mitch over there, the light of my life, the twinkle in my eye, he offered me a place in the final, the Breeding Ground final, which was the elimination match, wasn't it?
It was. You were against Alex Michaels with his gobby misses. He called me average at... she called me average at best, which she was correct.
She was not wrong.
Henry Faust, our good friend, Adam Bolt, and Mr. Will Cruz.
Indeed, a big boy, isn't he?
He's like a king-size bed.
He is. Hell of a hugger.
He's a good lad, though.
Honestly, really good friend as well. But no, again, that was something that I wanted to go in, and all the fans were behind me as well, so thank you for that. But, it was a different, going in there, it was a different feeling because I'd not had that properly before. And throughout the whole match, if you watch it back, the people are trying to get behind me. And then what happened?
You rolled Will Cruz up.
I did.
Not just that, though. You slammed him.
I slammed him, yeah. Another big boy. Bam, gone. Line him up, Mitch. Line him up, yeah. See what happens. But, yeah, again, that was a reaction. And then when I won, that was a reaction that I didn't expect.
1, 2, 3, and then, fuck me, I got my cardio in for that evening.
I didn't expect it.
I'm glad they hadn't sent John's ambulance on because I was fucked around going around that ring.
I've never seen you move so fast, pal. Jesus.
Well, unless it were last orders at bar, yeah.
Oh, fair enough. But again, that was something that was, a game changer in my career as well because that was a completely different feeling that, that finally that it was the story of, the complete underdog and the fact that everyone was behind me and the fact that after I'd left, people were still chanting for me. So I came back and did another lap of the ring, had a bit of a jump on everyone, It was a really good night for me, and I'm glad that everyone was out there, who out there enjoyed it as well. So
It was like the crowning moment for you, right? It was just like the ascension of you going to like a good guy sort of thing.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm not always good, but no, but you're right, exactly. It was finally like, I'd finally dealt with what I'd myself...
It switched the fans from like, oh, Joe's here, he's going to do his thing, but obviously get beat again. And it's just like brought the fans with you.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a good thing because it's like it kind of solidified myself there within the winning breed after, having the matches that, like we said, for the Cave original idea where I was going to be dressed up as a bear, and then obviously that wasn't the case. We'll come back to that in a minute, but yeah, I mean, it was a game changer for me, game changer for the company, and just being able to show that to, put it on social media and show everyone, it's like, yep, things are changing for me, and let's see what happens next.
But I think if you got to that moment, the fans wouldn't get behind you if it weren't so entertaining, or if people went away from a show and didn't think, bloody hell, Big Joe's left a memory in my mind, sort of thing. And I think it's an accumulation of that, which is, woof.
Yeah, you left an indelible mark on the people who were watching it, weren't it? And obviously, if you didn't get that reaction of obviously us idiots jogging around the bloody ring, like we're going the London Marathon, it just...
Don't send me on a 26-mile run, Jeff.
Well, no, it's just like an 8-bit.
Fuck that for a game of soldiers.
That's for next year. If people wouldn't do that and sort of the organic reaction what you got, then it wouldn't have led to what is this.
Yes, exactly. And I feel like that was the pinnacle moment, especially as well with the Creator Slam of my career, to be like, look, here I am now. What's going to happen next? And lo and behold, I did the unthinkable. I beat hi Brady Phillips. Yeah. This is mine. Yeah. But I had a triple threat match. As we were going to say, in the Cave. Brady Phillips and TK Cooper and me, we all went in there, and again, that reaction was something that I didn't expect. The Cave itself was amazing because just how you walk through the fans to get to the ring, there was just death on one of the sides of the rings, but just because it was main event as well, it was my first ever properly having you are on the main event, not the fact it was like you've won this and now like I did with the Breeding Ground. But it's because it was like, no, this is the main event. You are in the main event, which was the first time for me in any company. And just the whole kind of the story to come together, and then this is what's happened. So I'm very thankful, and I'm glad that, my hard work has been seen, and, it's all paid off so far. And, get to have a nice belt to put in my living room, says my mum, But, no, it's been amazing, and I'm very thankful for everything that's happened so far.
Yeah, I was going to say with the Cave, it was like even us two like travelling up on the coach and then get there and it's like Emmerdale.
Oh yeah, it's scary when you're driving on a crash in a bloody just normal high street. But no, when it's like fog everywhere, trying to get to Castleton, having to go up a massive hill that you might not do anyway, and it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it was just like going up to something like Lord of the Rings, weren't it?
Yeah.
Just like down these winding tracks, round this hill and all this shite, and then you get there, little village, and then you're going up, and it's like, crikey, it's just like a big rock face in it, and just like an absolute spectacle. And
Beautiful venue.
Honestly, I can't thank Mitch enough for taking wrestling to there, be honest, because. It was a once-in-a-lifetime, hopefully not, but a once-in-a-lifetime thing just to see and experience as well.
But yeah, no, and especially for me to be able to do that, be a part of that, and be the main event of that show, it's just something that I'll never forget, and that's a kind of a pinpoint in my career that, that's something that I can tick off. In a cave! Right? Woo! Cave! Sorry.
No, go ahead, Joe.
I'm done.
But no, seen you win at the Cave and win the title. Well, you got took out early on.
I did. I tried to be the high flyer that I once was. I channeled it. Landed a bit funny. Hurt myself a bit, so I had to be taken to the back. But, through the power and will of positive... No, I'm joking. Just through, sheer determination and the fact that, I've come this far, I can't not. I did what I had to do, and then obviously I won the Breed Pro Championship, so yeah.
Yeah, sent all the fans home happy.
I did. It was lovely. It was just, again, the reaction, like I was saying before, it's just, it's over before you can really, sink it in, so watching it back as well, it's just very thankful and just mind-blowing.
Yeah, certainly so. So what's next for Big Guns, Joe?
Just gonna keep doing my thing. No, just I've got a few things lined up. Constantly at different shows. You'll see me at the regular shows that I'm on. Just gonna keep doing trying to prove that I belong in all these companies. I've got a few debuts lined up, and you never know. Over the next year, we'll see where I end up. So yeah. Big Guns Joe.
One quick thing, what I noticed when we were on the train back from we were at the Grand Slam of Darts last night, Jeff. What an experience that is! Just seeing people gradually going downhill with the 4-pint jugs.
Yeah, it wasn't me in front of a mirror for a change, so that's all right.
What the fuck I'm on to?
No, we're on the train back, and we were looking through Cage Match today.
Sure.
And looking through, because I was looking for the date of your match at GPW, and clicked on Big Joe, and it comes up with the other Big Joe.
Yeah, there's actually another guy in Belgium, I believe, that's called Big Joe. There's another there's 3 of us apparently.
Yeah, there's the bouncer Big Joe.
Big effing Joe. We were Mega Joe at one point.
I was there that evening.
That was an experience.
And honestly, Big Guns Joe come out and like, fucking yes, get in there. Much. And you were like Mega Joe, weren't you?
Yeah, it was. No, it was great just to kind of have that, because I never met him before, and I wasn't aware. We both weren't aware of each other for a long time, and then when it finally happened, we were like, let's just do it and see what happens. And it was great. It was just a good laugh.
But a lot of, just last point on that, a lot of people say to me, "Oh, is it the bouncer Big Joe?" No, I say it's the good Big Joe. Don't worry. Sorry to butter you up there, Mr. Joe. There you go. I think that's the end of our journey.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, it's been a hell of a journey so far, and it's just going to keep on chugging along. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, been emotional, Joe.
Yeah, long may it continue, Joe, and up the Big Joe.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
So, last bits. Where can we follow you, Jeff?
Well, probably back to the bar, I think. I think they have fruit shoots on as well, Joe. Don't worry about it.
Cheers, bud. No, protein shake, bro. Come on. I've done better than that.
Where can we follow you, Joe?
You can follow me on Instagram at Big Guns Joe. Sorry, Ivy, you're yawning there. We're nearly done. Don't worry. Sorry, mate. Twitter is at Benchmark Big Joe, and yeah.
You can follow me at Oggy Part 3. Also, go and give Graps and Claps audio a listen, and like, retweet, subscribe, give it some ratings on iTunes. Yeah, 2 out of 5. Or a gentleman's free, if you want to. But, yeah, thanks very much to Big Guns Joe.
Thank you.
And thanks very much to Jeff.
Sorry.
We've been Graps and Claps audio. Good night.
Thank you.
Cheers, Joe.